So Richard Crosby was the first Irishman to make a manned flight. He flew in a hydrogen air balloon from Ranelagh to Clontarf in 1785. But before Richard Crosby did this, several animals were discovered in balloons floating, and one in particular was a black cat who was seen passing over the west coast of Scotland in a hot air balloon before eventually being rescued by a ship somewhere near the Isle of Man. So this is a story about that cat. When you're a black cat, the whole world is against you. People fear you and despise you. Your eyes glint out from darkness and make them tingle in ways they haven't done since they were only small and heard stories about witches from their grandmothers. Drivers do not see you on the road, and if they do, they mightn't bother swerving. Such is the black cat's lot in life. When folk think you ally yourself with Satan, you might as well give up. They aren't going to give you milk or cheese or fish or ham or beef or sometimes carrots. The black cat in this story had a peculiar fondness for carrots. This, as far as I am aware, is unique to him and not a trait shared by other black cats. Scraps are not always plentiful when you're a city cat. This black cat was an 18th century black cat to boot, which meant he was usually hungry, thin as a lithograph, dark as a box of shadows. Bins could prove fruitful, but there was always a fair amount of competition. This black cat was a stray, but he was by no means the only stray in town, nor even the strongest. He was loath to fight for food. Something almost uncatly lurked inside him, a gentleness, a shocking lack of bloodlust. Sometimes, only sometimes now mind you, this cat had the idea that it might be nice to be petted. To sit in someone's lap and purr and snuggle, to be given scratches on the ears. He'd seen cats around the place getting this sort of treatment, like little furry emperors, eating out of bowls and having names and snuggling onto windowsills that catch the sunlight perfectly. If the black cat in this story had thought as humans do, his thoughts would have gone as follows. I want a little bit of that, please. He was a cat, however, so they went more along the lines of meow, but a wistful sort of meow, the kind that expressed exactly what he was on about. Cats are not known for their caring and cuddlesome natures, but needs must, and so this black cat hunted all over Ranelagh for mice and rats and little pygmy shrews to give as presents. He ate a few of them, of course. Hunting is hungry work, but he was in it for the long con. Meow, he thought gleamingly, which meant, of course, how pleased everyone will be when they notice my handiwork. I'll be fighting off the offers to take me in then. This black cat could be a little smug. Mostly because he was a cat, but also a little bit because he actually was extremely good at hunting mice, and we're all proud of our talents. Cats especially. His plan didn't work very well though, and most of his gifts ended up in the stomach of a very plump Tom who was marmalade coloured and extremely aggressive and pushy. Black Cat was not too pleased by this turn of events, nor by the fact that he got caught in a bin later that week, and someone put a lid on with a brick over it, and he was there for ages and ages and ages. Black Cat's lot in life was not a very good one. Wasn't even a lot at all, really. More of a little. One day, though, something changed. A man offered him a piece of ham. Ham? Meow, said Black Cat, and nibbled it distrustfully. Did not appear to be tampered with. And even if it was still ham. Delicious ham, as rare as a unicorn and as fleeting as a stoat in the night. More was offered and duly accepted. But suddenly, Black Cat was thrust into a rough, mealy-smelling sack and bounced over his shoulder in an undignified manner. A series of bumps and thrusts and smells followed. Old puddles, fresh paint, sweat and mysterious oils, and mud and flowers. After an eternity, he was removed from the sack, and then there was another smell, stranger and stronger than all the others. And then the blackness that he was made of came to claim him. When Black Cat awoke, he was in a basket. He could see a flame above him, and below him, the world. Everything was tiny, so tiny. Houses and humans and bins and other cats, all small, smaller than the smallest pygmy shrew Black Cat had ever seen fit to toy with before scoffing. Up in the sky is not a place a cat likes to be. There were no walls or roofs to jump out on, no place for feet to land on. Only air. And then the clouds came. It was cold and everything made no sense at all anymore. Black Cat was wet and cold and utterly afraid. When you are a black cat, you don't know what it is to fly. When you're a black cat with no exit strategy, you know what terror, proper terror is. He wished he hadn't eaten that ham. He wished he had eaten a carrot from a bin instead of it. He wished a lot of wishes, this black cat. Days passed, days and nights, and he was thirsty. The basket he was in was drifting down, and all he saw beneath him was the water. Cats hate water that's not for drinking. One of the things that lives in water is a ship. There was a ship that saw the cat and saved him. The shipmen gave him food and made a fuss of him. Sailors appreciate survival, and so the black cat reclined like a prince, eating the ship's rats and the sailors' leftovers. Meow, the black cat was often heard to say decidedly, which meant, "It is about time humans were this nice to me. Please continue this behaviour and refrain from putting me in baskets that can fly. This is not normal behaviour and must be discouraged whenever possible."